So one of the things that I want to discuss is the different oils that that you can use in different holiday scents, whether it's a Winter Wonderland or a candy cane or a spice cookie. I'm going to talk about the different oils that go into different holiday scents and the different ways that you can use your holiday scents. And so this way you can, again, make any kind of fragrance that lasts all year round or just for the Yuletide season. So one of the things with a lot of the holiday scents, we use evergreens in them. And as you get into the chakra component and the healing component, you might notice that essential oils are connected to a color. And if you look at all our tree essential oils, all our coniferous oils like pine, fir, eucalyptus, cedarwood, they're all green in nature. And that is one of the colors of Christmas. Isn't that delightful? And also, all these different evergreens are good for the respiratory system. If you start to look at ingredients that are in remedies for colds, flus, bronchitis, you'll notice that a lot of them have those tree oils. So when you're actually dispersing essential oils, you're getting the healing benefits of whatever plant that essential oil is derived from. Isn't that incredible? So I wanted to share with you some of my favorite oils in the evergreen family. So again, these are oils that you can use for you know um, like a tree blend. And when you make this tree blend, you can use it to spray on artificial trees or to refresh on a live tree, Christmas wreaths. Just spray it in the air. Have that ambiance. And one of the things I love about essential oils, instantly it can create a mood. And so when you're using, for example, tree oils, don't you feel like you're in nature? Isn't it loving and warming to the heart? Which, of course, the green heart center is all about love, hope, and happiness. So cedarwood is one of my favorites. I love the smell of cedarwood, and it's a great oil to calm the nerves. And again, it's known for bronchial infections. Then another one of my favorites is pine oil. And we know that pine oil is great for cleaning. It cuts through grease. It's just one of those super oils. But also, pine is used in a lot of medicinal recipes that are for the bronchial system. So colds, flus, coughs, anything along that line. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll take some of my favorite tree oils, mix them up with some jojoba or olive oil, and just lather them over my neck and throat area and allow them to do their healing magic on me. Another one of my favorite oils is fir, and this one alerts the mind, and it's also known to help with fatigue. Another great ingredient in a lot of cold and flu remedies. So as you can imagine, when you're in that nature energy, you're nurtured with all that loving tree life. And that is, again, denoting the holiday season. We often have, fir or pine trees in our home that we decorate to enjoy the Yuletide spirit. Now, another blend that you can concoct would be on the spicy level, to replicate like a spice cookie or a ginger cookie or that holiday season of that spiciness. And I remember way back when, I haven't done it in probably a couple decades, but I remember way back when I would take an orange and I'd stick in cloves. Oh, and I would roll it in nutmeg and I think cinnamon as well, and just create this pomander that would exude that orange oil and that clove nutmeg smell, and it was just delicious. And I would put a little tag on it and hang it around, put them in around my house. So cinnamon is one of those essential oils that is known during the holiday season, and it's a fan favorite. It's one of those oils that most people absolutely love, and you can even use the spice cinnamon and put a little bit in your coffee or, on your yogurt in the morning. It's one of those spices that you can add to almost anything to, create a different flavor in whatever you're eating. But cinnamon is known around the holidays. And again, back in the day, they would use cinnamon in making manders. But cinnamon is rejuvenating. It's uplifting. And again, think of that holiday spice time where you want to be invigorated. With the hustle and bustle, you need to have those oils that are going to uplift you and regenerate your body, mind, and soul. Now, another one of my favorites is clove. And it's not necessarily because of the smell, but clove has one of the highest vibrations, very similar to rose. And if you look at some of the, biblical data, there's a lot of clove mentioned throughout the Bible. And, it's just one of those herbs like frankincense and myrrh that have been around for millennia. And so again, it's another one of my favorite oils. So clove is uplifting. It also helps to alleviate depression, and it's great for the sinuses. And clove is even known to help with toothaches, like winter mint. That's another oil that's really good as a pain reducer, pain reliever that we often see in toothpaste. So it's interesting that, here when we talk about oils, a lot of these oils are used in common, products that we use at home. Ginger is also another one that's put into spice cookies or ginger cookies, which again, is reminiscent of the holiday season. Now, ginger is a very cheering oil, and it's really good if you're feeling alone. It helps to sort of, make you feel part of things. It's also a great tummy reliever. So if you have any kind of digestive issues, ginger is really helpful for that. And I'll be talking about some tips at the end here. And also, ginger is great for improving memory. So another very versatile oil that, again, you could sprinkle in your holiday mix. Another one of my favorites is orange. Now, orange is known as an antidepressant. It is one of those oils that just helps you to feel good. It makes you smile. I always think about some of those commercials where people would have a bite of an orange and in their mouth would be an orange peel. It's just something that was, off the wall and would make you laugh. But whenever I eat an orange, it just makes me happy. So using orange oil, and again, when you combine it with some of your spicy scents, it just uplifts it. And actually, we'll talk about chocolate orange, because if you combine cocoa with orange, it's another, holiday favorite. So nutmeg is another one that is stimulating to the body, mind, and spirit. It's just naturally uplifting. Now, next we're going to talk about some of the winter oils, like, peppermint, winter mint, spearmint. Those are the oils that we often recognize as, wintry type of oils. And peppermint, for example, is refreshing. It is probably, to me, the most refreshing oil that that is out there. It's one of my favorites. And we actually carry a Japanese peppermint that's a little bit softer in its tone, but just delicious. So there are different flavors of peppermint, but peppermint is peppermint nonetheless. And again, if you think about peppermint, it's used in toothpaste and other household products. And so it helps with, bacteria. And when you're using oils to disperse in the air, isn't it wonderful that you get all these other properties out of it? Not just the smell, not just creating an ambiance, but they're actually healing to your body, mind, and soul. So peppermint is one of my favorites. And a lot of people don't know, but peppermint helps to curb your appetite. So this is a good one to have diffusing during the holiday season to prevent you from maybe overeating and gaining a few of those extra pounds. And in fact, our peppermint oil, even though, again, you don't have to bring an essential oil into your mouth in order for it to work, but just one little drop of peppermint in your mouth is like an instant breath freshener without the sugar. And because I'm such a natural person, I'm always recommending things that you can have, because a lot of breath mints or mouthwashes, they combine the peppermint or the wintergreen or the spearmint, but they add sugar to it. And this way, You get that peppermint refreshment in your mouth that helps to kill germs and bacteria that might be in your mouth. And you can use it as a gargle without the sugar. Just add a couple drops to some distilled water and just shake it up really good, and then swish it around your mouth and gargle, and then just spit it out. And it's an easy peasy recipe for mouthwash. So also peppermint is good for stomach aches. So again, during the holidays, sometimes people get a little nauseous because they're overwhelmed with all these senses and maybe all these different foods that they're eating, and lots of it, of course. Um, Now, wintergreen, that's another one that is used for tooth decay, but it's also a relaxant. And to me, that's one of the oils that just is so soothing. And again, it's in that cooling, refreshing kind of flavor. And it also is known as a pain reliever. So this is why, again, it's used in a lot of toothpaste, especially the ones that are sensitive brands. So again, I hope I'm making some correlations that make sense to you. I'd like to talk about what's available out there so people understand when we're talking about essential oils, it isn't new age. This is old age. These are tools that have been used for many, many centuries as part of healing regimes, and we still use them in modern medicine. And why would we be using them in modern medicine if they didn't work through history? Now, I've talked about sort of the refreshing winter ones. Let's talk about some of the spiritual ones, frankincense and myrrh. Now, those were known in biblical times as commodities. And I wonder why. Well, I think it's because it was oils and oils that were not just spiritual in nature, but their healing properties were really profound. Frankincense and myrrh, if you go online, you'll find a lot of facts about how it helps with serious illness, but I want to keep it light right now and just talk about the spiritualness of it, because if you're making a blend that is soothing and calming, and I'm going to talk about Summer Color Energies blend because our Holy Night blend actually has frankincense and myrrh in it. But those are very spiritual oils, and they're connected to the brow chakra. And the brow chakra is that connection to spirit. It's also connected to your intuition. So I wonder if back in time they understood the qualities of frankincense and myrrh were not only therapeutic, but they uplifted you on that spiritual level. And the holiday season, to me, is a very spiritual time of the year. This is the time of the year that, family and friends gather, and, they just reminisce, and they spend time together in that loving atmosphere. And to me, that's about the Holy Spirit. Now, I also want to talk about how you can use holiday scents. So what you want to do is you want to take two to three of the oils that I mentioned, or be creative, add your own aromatherapy. If you have some essential oils at home that you just want to use, you can add lemon or grapefruit, and again, just any recipe to uplift it or give it a little bit more of a synergistic quality that resonates with you at this time of year. I guess we could call it like fusion recipe, where you're mixing different frequencies to create a blend that uplifts you or denotes that holiday spirit. But one of my favorite ways, and it's very simple to do, where you just take distilled water. And the reason why I say distilled, you don't want regular tap water or spring water, because it can grow bacteria over time, where if you strip it of the minerals and have distilled water, then that spray bottle that you're making will last a lot longer without any bacterial growth. And so you take distilled water, and you can add any combination of oils that you want. That again, maybe you want to make like a candy cane recipe, or you want to make a more spiritual blend or a spicy blend. Again, use your imagination. I described some of the oils to you to make these different concoctions. But then what you do is you take about 5 mils of oil into a cup or two of water, depending on how potent and that you want it, and just shake it very vigorously. And you want to try to break up the essential oil molecules so they don't block your spray mister, but just shake, 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 shake. And then you just have created this delightful room spray that you can use in the bathroom, or as I mentioned earlier, if you make more of an evergreen blend, what you can do is use it to refresh or to actually give scent to anything that's artificial. I live in an apartment. I'm not allowed to have a live tree. So guess what? I'm going to be using our oak Christmas tree blend throughout the holiday season to bring that evergreen nature smell to my indoors. Okay, so an air freshener is one thing that you can do. I talked about using it to scent some of, oh, and you can scent pine cones too. Just, go crazy, spray quite a few mists because you want it to be really smelling in the atmosphere, maybe 10 to 20 squirts on a pine cone. And again, you can make a pine cone basket and have that beautiful winter smell coming in of nature. You can also put several drops into your bath water, but cut your oils if you're using it for body application in your bath with any kind of carrier. And water is a carrier, but to help the absorption of essential oils into your body for the healing benefits, put it in a carrier like grapeseed oil, or jojoba is one of my favorites because of the fact it replicates the natural skin oil, but you can even use olive oil, any kind of natural oil that you have at home. Or Color Energy has a whole bunch of essential oils and carrier oils for you to choose from. And I'll just mention, go to colorenergyshop.com, and that's a great place to get your reserves of oils and carriers. So you can have this delightful bath. And if you're into color bath, which is one of my favorite products, if you're doing like a spiritual blend, add it to a violet or an indigo bath, and then again, you can create such a meditative and spiritual experience in your bath water. But also you can add oils to your body care, and shampoo and conditioner and body wash acts as a carrier as well. So you can put several drops into your bottle of shampoo or conditioner or body wash, and again, shake it vigorously so it mixes up. Or you can just add a couple drops, to a tablespoon of for example, conditioner, and then you create a great product that you can use on your hair. And again, it will give you your hair fragrance, which just smells nice during the day. Plus, essential oils have great healing benefits for your hair and your scalp. So, for example, if you use frankincense and myrrh on the skin, it really is good for skin repair. So if you have any problems with dandruff, then that's a nice blend of oils to use in your shampoo and conditioner. Okay, also what I will do is I'll take a cotton ball or even just a Kleenex. I also have cotton pads, and I'll put several drops of oil on there and stick them in my drawers. So this way my clothing has a nice smell to it. And of course you can use cedar blocks, and to boost a cedar block, you can put cedar oil on it. So whenever the cedar sort of minimizes in smell, then just add a couple drops of cedar wood oil to your cedar wood blocks, and then again, you can refreshen it. And another way I use essential oils is in my dryer. I take a face cloth, and of course you can take any kind of piece of material, just a small block, and put some essential oils on it and put it into your dryer, and then again that smell will come out on your clothing, so you can have fresh smelling clothing. And again, it's all natural, because I don't like products that have scents, that often have artificial fillers and artificial scents. Remember, one of the things that you have to understand is that an essential oil doesn't necessarily smell like peppermint oil, doesn't necessarily smell like peppermint candy, because often in candies they're using a low-grade peppermint because they're mass producing and they're trying to cut costs, and so they use the lowest quality of peppermint often in candy, of course, unless it's a natural, breath mint. But often they'll use the cheapest oils to put into laundry detergents and other, household products. So you're not getting the healing benefits, because when you're purchasing oils that aren't of quality, they don't have the same medicinal qualities. A lot of people don't understand this or know this, but when oils are harvested, whether they're steam distilled or pressed, for example, a lang lang is pressed, and the first, second, and third generation of the lang lang is indicating the amount of pressing. So of course the first pressing of a lang lang is the most potent, has the most medicinal qualities. But if you're getting a lang lang that's been pressed 5 or more times, literally the what's being squeezed out isn't the medicinal aspect. And so, of course, sometimes you're paying more for a quality oil, but then you nurture it as a healing oil that's going to support you on levels that other oils may not. And one of the things I love about our company, we do everything on a therapeutic level. So you know that the oils that you're getting from us are the best. We do lab testing. Plus, we have 3 in-house aromatherapists that are checking the quality of our products as we get them in from our suppliers. So you know that they're passing rigid testing. Okay, now I wanted to give you some recipes for some holiday scents. So hopefully you have a pen handy. So for a classic holiday scent, you can do a couple drops of cinnamon, clove, and sweet orange, and that will give you a nice spicy scent. Or if you want to do something like gingerbread cookies, then there you would use a few drops of ginger, cinnamon, and clove. Now, what about a candy cane diffuser blend? How that would include 2 drops of peppermint and 2 drops of wintergreen, and you can add a drop of cassia and sweet orange. So again, all these delightful scents are super easy to make. And if you want to make bigger batches, then you just take the recipes that I said and you times it by 10 or 20, and then you can make yourself a nice bottle of it. But if you're just using it as a room spray, then again, a couple drops of this, a couple drops of that, and you have a nice room spray. Now, I wanted to also tell you, I'm a little bit lazy. Now, I probably have over 100 essential oils in my medicine cabinet, and I use oils all the time, but it takes time to mix, and then I have to have an extra bottle, blah, 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 blah. So guess what? I will actually just invest in our different mixes. And again, when you have a mix, you can do everything that I mentioned, where you can make your own room sprays and things like that. Or we have finished ready product where we actually have to make a room spray for you. But we have these wonderful mixes, and this one is called Holiday Spice. So it contains the oils that I mentioned, plus even additional ones. So if you look at your costs, if you were to buy 5 oils to make, say, for example, our Holiday Spice, that could run you up quite a hefty bill. But when you buy it as a single note oil, you're paying around $14, $15. So that's much more affordable than buying several oils and racking up a bill of $30, $40, and maybe even $50. So again, a nice little diffuser mix that comes in spray form. We also have chocolate orange, and this contains 3 different oranges plus cocoa. And this kind of reminds you of chocolate orange, which is often in chocolates around this time of the year. We also created a chai latte, which is for that holiday season. I know, when I go meet a friend for tea, I like to have a chai latte. So nice little blend for the holidays. We also have one called Oh Christmas Tree that has a variety of oils that are your evergreen. So again, nature in a bottle. And then we have Winter Wonderland that has your peppermint. We also put in some other oils in there to denote that winter experience, but not quite like a candy cane. So it's a little bit different. And then we did come out with a Holy Night. And one of my girlfriends told me that this oil helps her to have restful sleeps. She had a little bit of insomnia, and she finds that this essential oil mix is really good for her insomnia. So we have several different holiday blends and sprays to choose from. So again, you can go to colorenergyshop.com and place your Christmas order of some of our holiday blends. Or if you want to make your own blends, we have over 100 different oils to choose from. I hope you'll select some of the Christmas oils that I mentioned, and you can create that ambiance in your own home of the holiday spirit. So enjoy the holidays and stay tuned for more live events at Color Energy Tuesday mornings.